You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Friday. It is August 18th. Hard to believe we are halfway through the month. I'm your host, Kimberly Perillo. I've got Gretchen Pleshaw joining me today in studio with lots of exciting guests joining us. We'll be talking to the Weston Riverfront, the general manager of the sports club there. Anahata Yoga and Wellness will be in studio, plus much more. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. Happy Friday. Let's take a look at that weather. 8 a.m., 65 degrees, a high of 79, and a 50% chance of rain. Afternoon thunderstorms, so lots of precipitation heading in today and hopefully calming down and kind of giving us a cooler day. It's been hot out there. Outwardly, temperatures and conditions, 8 a.m., 60 degrees and sunny. Noon, 73, and you're seeing some of that cloud coverage come in. And then 4 p.m., 72, scattered thunderstorms. So definitely take a raincoat. Make sure your pups, your doggos are okay with the thunder. And 8 a.m., you can see the temperature dropping 66 degrees and scattered thunderstorms. So kind of a cooler day today. Eagle, 84, and thunderstorms. Avon, 82, thunderstorms. Vail, 79, and Denver, 94. They never disappoint with that hotter, those hotter temperatures in Denver. A low tonight of 51 degrees, a 25% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms, and clear after midnight winds. You can see south and southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So open up those windows, get some of that cool air in tonight. As we take a look at the weekend into the week, Saturday, 81 degrees and a 50% chance of rain and afternoon thunderstorms. Sunday, beautiful, mostly sunny, 85. Monday, 84, and a little bit of cloud coverage as well. Tuesday and Wednesday, more of that precipitation heading on in, scattered thunderstorms, and it looks like cooler temperatures as we go throughout the week. So I am looking forward to the end of this summer. I can't believe it. It's here.
It's not officially here yet. We still have a couple more weeks till Labor Day hits, but lots of exciting things happening. It's always great to be back on the couch with you, Gretchen. How have you been?
I have missed you. I had a great time. I went to Michigan. I did all the stand-up paddleboarding my little heart could handle. It was so much fun, but I am glad to be back here in Vail, and I'm ready for all the things. And you're right, we still have a couple more weeks of summer. I just think these warmer temperatures, I'm ready for fall. Can I be honest with you?
Absolutely.
Vail dropped the opening days already. Keystone is going to open in mid-October. Just saying.
Lots of things to prepare for. Make sure you're in the gym. We've got the Weston Riverfront here to join us. Talking about all of that preseason training that you can do, and lots more exciting things happening. But speaking of things happening this weekend, there are a lot of things going on here in Avon, as well as across all of the resorts.
Always. As we know, we always say, Kim and I, we're like, we need a nap, then we'll go do all the things. I am really excited about tonight, Avon and Nottingham Park. Have you been there yet?
It is wonderful. I was paddleboarding there earlier this week.
Oh, that's right. I follow you on Instagram. I should know this. It's going to be awesome. A Bug's Life at dusk tonight, a free show, a free movie. I will be there. I'm such a nerd. I love all the Pixar movies.
I know so much nostalgia with that movie for me. Not to talk about how old I am, but it's a wonderful movie. I think it's such a fun family event. If you're looking for things to do as you wind down the summer, this is a wonderful way to do that.
And it's free, and it's so much fun, and it is very family oriented. I've gone before, and there's tons of my friends go. Your friends will be there as well. And dogs, you can bring your dogs as long as they're quieter, I should say. And so that's super fun. And then this weekend, as always, there are more amazing musicians heading to Gerald Ford Amphitheater. Mount Joy is going to be there on Saturday, so I'm super stoked on that.
Just the lineup that we have at Gerald Ford Amphitheater is incredible. So many great shows happened this week. We've got more going into the weekend and plenty more before the summer wraps up.
I know. So what are you the most excited to do at the end of it? Because I know now you're kind of in the groove of all things Vail. What is one thing you haven't done this summer that you want to check out?
You know, I think I would love to try the movie theater at dusk. I think it's so beautiful to be surrounded by the mountains and wonderful weather, and it's just a great time.
We are so blessed here. I mean, I literally wrote one of my friends this morning that lives in New York City, and I was saying, she's like, what are you doing this weekend? And I'm like, oh, no big deal, watching a free movie under the stars in Avon around the mountains, and then going to see Mount Joy again with the mountains as the background. And she's like, I think I chose the wrong spot. So
there are pros and cons to everything, but we sure are blessed here in Vail. Now let's stay tuned. We have a lot more happening on today's show. In-studio guests, plus some exciting summer cooking recipes and much more. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
And we are diving right in on this Friday morning edition of Good Morning Vail. We'll be talking about sports, the Leadville 100, soccer, volleyball, and much more. So let's have a look at this wonderful segment.
All right, thanks for joining us. So last season, Vail Mountain School boys soccer took home the Class 2A state championship, and this year, they have one thing on their mind, entering a new season.
Vail Mountain School boys soccer is still high on winning their first state championship. Now in a new season, they believe
we're going to go back to back, that's all I've got to say.
This team is talented, but down key starters from last year. However, there's still hope for this team's ambitions.
Finish, Winston.
I would love to see Rutley playing Division I soccer one day. I would love to see him wear a USA soccer jersey one day. I think if that's something that he wants to do, he's got the work ethic and the mentality to do it.
Junior midfielder Rutley Heineman is the reigning 2A state player of the year. Heineman punched in 14 goals last season, but he's more than a scoring machine.
He really just gives us confidence, I think. Having a player like that, having someone lead us all the way to a final, basically carried us throughout the whole season last year. Yeah, gives us confidence. We can give him the ball and know something good's about him.
Heineman's talent goes without question.
Oh yeah, Hank.
But when talking with him about the spotlight surrounding him this upcoming season, he explained the credit goes to someone else.
I can only really thank my teammates. It was amazing. They congratulated me. They're amazing.
So a lot of gratitude from you there towards your teammates. But with that being said, what do you and your teammates need to focus on in order to get back to the state championship this season?
I feel like it's really coming together. Like the way we did last year as a team, we kind of just clicked during the playoffs, and that's, I think, how a team kind of just gets through any season.
And how confident are you in your team's abilities to execute?
We're ready. We're ready to go. Yeah, we're all excited. We're ready to play. We're ready to start the season, and we're ready to win it back.
Vail Mountain School boys soccer kicks off their season against Moffett County.
Now we'll head over to Gypsum, where Eagle Valley Girls Volleyball is entering this season with the target on their back. But head coach Michael Garvey says his Devils aren't afraid of a little heat.
When the top dog enters a new season, pressure to succeed early builds. But head coach of Eagle Valley Volleyball, Michael Garvey, welcomes the heat.
It's a great challenge to have, to be able to say, all right, we're going to get everybody's best match. Ultimately, that only makes us better.
Garvey's girls dominated their conference last season, finishing with a perfect 10-0 record. But this year, that's not good enough.
Last year, there was a team better than we were. So we want to set ourselves up in a situation this year that we're the best team. They're not a satisfied team. So when they're given places to improve as an individual or as a team, they take it and run with it.
A state title is on the team's mind, but last year's conference championship should still be celebrated. Garvey's excited the team he's coached for now 6 years is receiving recognition, but he wants his girls to remember,
if you're the league champions, you better act like it. So we need to be the most respectful team. We need to be the kindest team. Every time you hear Eagle Valley High School, we want you talking about how great our kids are before we start talking about volleyball. That's what a league champion should do.
Eagle Valley Volleyball will play their first game of the season against Basalt at home in Gypsum.
Now, last season, there was a lot of success surrounding the boys cross-country team at Eagle Valley High School, and this year, they've lost their star runner, Jake Drever, to Boise State, but nevertheless, this team is still feeling confident entering a new season. So I'm with head coach of Eagle Valley, Melinda Brandt, and there's a fall season approaching for the Devils this season. How are you doing, Coach?
We are really looking forward to it. Today's our first day of practice, and we got a great group out. We have about 45 on our roster right now.
Okay, and kind of walk through me, there's a lot going on behind us. What's about to take place?
On the first day, we always do a 2-mile time trial. We just want to see where kids are at after their summer training. It also helps us identify their pace for workouts so we can move forward with workouts at the right pace for them.
New year, new season, a lot of success last year. What's the expectation as the head coach of this Devils program?
Yeah, I think it's to keep moving forward and keep that trajectory. I knew we were a top 10 team for about the last 2 years. We just couldn't pull it together at the end. So in 2022, to be fourth at state, we want to be right back there this year. I'd love to see us higher at regionals. We were third in the region, but fourth at state. So our region's one of the toughest regions, and we came back and beat all the teams, or we beat the teams that beat us and the regionals, and then Central beat us. So we just want to be that top team from the Western Slope this year for the fellas. And the girls are making a big comeback. We're putting the pieces together. We got some new pieces on the girls' side. So we're really looking forward to seeing how they'll compete this year.
Okay, and last year you lost 2 of your top seniors from last year's team.
Yeah.
They were very successful and talented runners in themselves, but do you see anyone else stepping up to kind of fill that gap?
Yes, our boys team is really deep, which has been awesome. They just keep coming up the pipeline. They see see the success. They want to be a part of it. Jake is off to Boise State, but I think that between the Blair boys, Cooper, Armando, guys coming up that didn't score last year but will score this year, it's going to be really fun to just see. I think we will be better and more competitive as a team this year as some of those younger guys get bigger, faster, stronger.
Okay. And talk to me a little bit about Jake. You're obviously losing him from last season, but he's such a special kid, you know, very talented. Also ran a 15:19:40 for his PR last season, the first Devil ever to break that 16-minute mark. How special was it to coach a kid like Jake who is just so talented?
He was great. He did all the little things right, and as he got older, he started to just keep getting stronger and really dug into the little pieces. So I think our kids see that. They see that one of their peers did something really special, broke 16 not just once, but 6 times over the season. And so it wasn't just a fluke run. He just kept throwing down awesome times. So to have the other guys see them, and they know they want to go out after that. So now that 16's been broken, I think the kids are just going to keep going after that. So I think we could have 3 or 4 guys under that mark this year, which would be phenomenal. Well, not under his school record, but under 16. I think I would not be surprised by that. That's kind of the goal for them. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. And you guys, your best finish ever in program history was 11th. Last year, you guys go to states and blow that out of the water with 4th. With that finish, what do you think's the expectation there? Like, could you go back to states this season? You just talked about some new talent there that may be able to fill in for Jake as he's gone this year. But what's kind of the expectation there? Do you want to get back up to 4th place or maybe even improve on that mark?
Yeah, I think cross country is interesting, right? Because I can't control what the other teams are doing. We can just control how much work we're putting in. And so our guys are ready to put in the work. They're ready to gel. Just a few weeks ago, we won the National High School Trail Championships with some of the guys that are returning. Jake was a part of that team too, because they get to have returning or graduated kids on those programs too. But Eagle Valley is put their name on the map again right away as the first big summer competition for the cross country athletes. So we're really proud of those guys for going out there and doing that over the summer. So I think it's just gonna build and build and build, and we just have guys that keep stepping up, which is phenomenal. We have freshmen that are coming in that are already making some noise that are kind of surprises for us right now. So we have seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen that I think will all be a part of the varsity roster, and that have all had experience. Jackson Fillmore is coming up, and he's already had multiple years of varsity experience, and so it's just really fun to see the depth of our boys program and just to be strong year in and year out. But last year was really the culmination of a lot of years getting put together to finally get 4th. So it was just fantastic. The guys were stoked, and I think we can be right back there. Just kind of have to see how we compete with the other teams in the state and some of the big dog teams. We got some big races this year. Well, we'll get to see them. We have Liberty Bell on our schedule. Our first race is in the Front Range, so we get to see that. We'll get to run Junction twice this year, so we'll have the speedy times flowing for that. And then we're going to go to Indiana this year for an out-of-state race at the Nike Twilight Meet there, so they get to see some out-of-state competition too. So that'll be awesome.
Okay, awesome, Coach. And like we talked about earlier, a lot of firsts for this team last season. What first do you see for this cross-country boys program this season, maybe on the horizon?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think just having a stronger pack of guys that are all ready to take kind of that next step. So like I said, 3 or 4 guys maybe going under 16 because it's been done. Now they can chase it. So I think Jake just paved the path and other guys paved the path before Jake. So it just keeps elevating like each year, which I think is just a really great quality about our program. And on the girls' side, they've seen kind of the fast girls come through, but with Ellie qualifying last year and then now having multiple girls who I think can chase her down, it's going to be really fun to see how strong they get too.
Okay, and Coach, we've talked a lot about times. You know, we've talked about Jake in the past, breaking that 16-minute mark, and maybe what some of the boys can do this season for this team to get back to that 4th spot at states or even higher. But, you know, there's a lot going on in your head with all that jumbled in there at the same time, but I'm breaking it down easy for you right now. What are you looking forward to, just plain and simple, the most this season?
Oh, man, I just love seeing kids grow. I think that is one of my favorite things. Seeing them come together as a team, seeing them find a place in the school. Eagle Valley's over 1,000 kids now, so when kids find a home with our cross-country team, that just really fuels me to say, hey, you know you're welcome here. You know you're going to grow here. I said our word for today, even on the first day of practice, is growth. Don't focus on how hard This 2 mile may seem on day one, but we're gonna grow. We're gonna get better. We do this 2 mile at the end of the season too, and they see how much they've grown. Cross country is not like track where every meet is different, every course is different, and so to see them grow from a 2 mile to a 2 mile, they can see all the work they've put in. And so seeing the personal connection, seeing the leadership develop, and just seeing their personal growth is one of my highlights of the season.
Okay, so many things to look forward to this season. Any other exciting events coming up that you'd like to talk about?
Well, our exciting event is our home meet. We get to bring our home meet back. So we're going to be up at the Sienna Valley Club here on September 16th and hosting, we already have 15 teams committed, but we haven't had a home meet since 2020. So we're really excited to bring that back for the community so Gypsum and Eagle can really see all that cross country has. We'll have a kids race, a citizens race. So that is something that's really exciting for us too.
Now down in Leadville, our friend Mae Jackson on her bicycle completed her first ever Leadville Trail 100, and this was her third attempt. Ben Roof caught up with Jackson to see how she's feeling post-race.
We are here with Mae Jackson, who we spoke to last week about her Leadville 100 race that happened over the weekend. And how did things go, Mae?
Things went well. I finished. I didn't hit my personal goal time, but I hit my overall goal time of finishing under 12 hours. My finish time was 11 hours and 42 minutes, which is a really long time on the bike, but it's much better than being on the bike for 12:46, so much improved.
So how did your expectations of the race this past weekend match up to the realities? Were there any things that you encountered that you didn't expect? Were there any things that were unusual, anything like that?
This year, the race went really well. I really didn't have any big issues during the race. I didn't break a rim, which that made me really happy. Weather cooperated so well. It was slightly overcast for most of the race. Luckily, the pace I rode at, it kept me out of any of the rain that occurred on course. My crews out there nailed it. I got to see my bike coach on the way back in the last 30 miles. And a friend of mine who lived up in Leadville actually kind of helped coach me through the last mile. It was really, really a great experience. And I got so lucky. I didn't have any mechanicals. I didn't have any issues on course. So it went really well.
We managed to catch you riding through at the pipeline stop, and at that point it seemed like things were doing really well. It seems like you were really in high spirits, but I imagine that things could have changed if you'd gotten rained on real bad, or if you ended up having a really rough last couple, 10 miles or so. Tell me about that last little bit of the race. Like, how did you push through and dig deep to find that extra grit you needed to finish?
Definitely towards after pipeline, it gets really hard. You've got that power line climb, and that the first year I raced Leadville was really where I hit a struggle point. Like, I got off my bike that year. I wanted to throw my bike back down the hill and just kind of quit and give up. Luckily, I didn't that year, and this year, just due to having slightly better nutrition and hydrating better, like, I was really able to keep pushing through and just kind of dig down. My body was hurting at that point, but it's, you're so close to the finish line and it's there. And my timer on my computer, like, I knew I could make that finish in under 12 hours. And so it was just really looking inside, digging deep, and just continuing to turn those pedals. And seeing my bike coach towards the top of Carter Hill really, really helped. Seeing him and his family it's kind of the icing on the cake and just really a special moment for me.
Well, I would imagine that both having that team to help motivate you really helps get you through that last mile, last 10 miles, last 30 miles, depending on how long the race is. But one thing I would imagine that a lot of people don't necessarily think about is nutrition, and how big of impact nutrition can have on an endurance race like that. What are the things that you kind of think of when you're leading up to the race, and kind of what are your thoughts about nutrition, both in the days leading up and for the race itself?
I mean, in the days leading up, it's super important to make sure you're putting in enough calories and extra calories, because you kind of want those calories stored in your muscles to be able to pull from them. and just staying super well hydrated, because you're going to put your body through immense pain and just caloric use. Kind of according to a lot of like my watch and some of my digital assistants, whatever, it's telling me I'm burning close to 5,000 calories during that, 11, 12-hour period of time. And that's a lot. So you have to be trying to constantly be putting fuel into your body. So leading up to the race, it's, kind of figuring out what nutritional aids I want to use while I'm on the bike. I use a combination of gels. This year I brought cookies, and they were key for me. Like, I'd pull a cookie out of my back pocket and I'd be like, oh my gosh, yay, cookie time.
What kind of cookies?
They were Adam's great-grandmother's gingerbread cookies, or ginger snaps. They are fantastic. Like, I'd eat that and it actually kind of put a smile on my face. So it was super helpful. And then using, a caloric drink mix as well in my bottle to just kind of help fill in those gaps. And even this year, I still fell pretty short on my caloric intake during the race, but I did way better than I have in the past.
Well, and I would imagine that you can't exactly eat a meal during the race. So it's a lot of like snacking on the go, but I would imagine that since it is a race, you don't have a lot of time for, the biology needs either. Is that something that you just kind of have to work in as you can when you hit an aid station? Or do you try and limit your calories so that there's not that issue during the race?
You kind of want to find your balance, and everyone's different, so it's really knowing your own body. Like for me, I didn't have to use a porta potty or the restroom at all while I was out there. But luckily for the guys, like they can just step off their bike and relieve themselves. For the women, it's a little bit more difficult. I'm really fortunate, and plus, I don't think I ever hydrate well enough, so I don't ever run into that issue. But, there are porta potties at the aid station, so it is kind of timing and, just knowing your own body.
And for some of the other racers out there who did get caught in the rain, or for yourself, did you find a huge impact on the course itself?
I mean, even though it had rained the evening before and you saw some rain during the day, really that rain kind of helped, but it was still shockingly pretty dusty out there.
But fortunately, the sun wasn't beating down on you the whole time, which I imagine can make or break a race experience like that.
It really can change it because, that hot sun out there, it's just kind of increasing how much you need to hydrate and add in more electrolytes and salts. So, not having that sun out there was huge. It definitely gave me a better sense of comfort. I don't like racing when it's hot out, so it was nice to have the clouds.
So then the next day, immediately after your big Leadville race, you were off to Snowmass, right?
Yeah.
And for another race?
No, not for another race. For a charity event, Tits Deep for Breast Cancer, a foundation that's kind of near and dear to my heart. It's out there to help support women who are under the age of 40, either find breast care health and or support groups, and just kind of, give that age group that, is often underserved a chance to feel part of the community and have their place and their voice heard.
Well, it's awesome. It sounds like you've found both a way to really push yourself and find some ways to give back to the community. Is there anything else you want to mention that somebody might not have thought about, or that people who are new to endurance biking might not think about when they're thinking about something like Leadville 100?
First of all, if it's something you're interested, go do it. The other thing is get a coach. Having a coach to be there to support you, give you a little bit of guidance on the training and some of the nutrition aspects are absolutely fantastic, but also find some really supportive people to go ride with. It makes a difference. Friday mornings with the Gore Range Gravity Alliance, I'm part of a group. We call ourselves the Slow Ladies Ride. And so we do that every Friday morning. You can find that on Instagram through Gore Range Gravity Alliance, where we'll be riding weekly.
Well, awesome. May, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in your Town Series race this afternoon.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, thank you, Ben. A new course record was set in the Leadville Trail 100 that smashed the old record by about 15 minutes.
The men's leader in the Lifetime Grand Prix, Keegan Swinson, posted a time of 5 hours, 43 minutes, and 29 seconds to knock off the old course record set back in 2015. And Swinson finished nearly 30 minutes ahead of the second place finisher, which you can see now in our top 10 results, where second place finished a little after 6 hours. And taking a little closer look, there are 9 Americans in the top 10, so what a showing from the USA. Over in the women's race, Sophia Villafane of Utah took the top spot with a time of 7 hours, 9 minutes, 48 seconds as she cruised to the finish. Villafane put up close to a 2-minute gap between her and second place, but another 9 out of 10 top 10 finish in the women's heat for the USA.
Nothing says football is back like the Associated Press dropping their top 25 preseason rankings.
No schools from Colorado landed in the preseason poll, but maybe we'll see Air Force inside the top 25 this season. The Falcons went 10-3 last year and were picked to finish second in the Mountain West Conference this season, just behind Boise State. Now looking at the AFCA coaches poll for Division II football, Mines cracked the top 25 as the number 2 team in the country. The Ordigers are coming off that national championship run where they fell short to Ferris State, the number 1 overall team. You can rest assured they are determined to get back in that title game this year. I've been down to Golden a couple times, and that team is fired up. Other Colorado schools worth noting receiving votes on this poll were CSU Pueblo with 56 and Western Colorado with just 6 votes.
So the real question becomes, will CSU Pueblo and Western Colorado drop into that top 25 spot at any point during this season? But we'll know soon enough, as the football season is just around the corner. Make sure to come back to us for all the latest coverage in sports around the Valley and beyond.
Good morning, Vail.
Hola, ¿qué tal, familia de TVA? Les saluda Julio García y les doy la bienvenida a una edición más de Lo Mejor de la Semana, donde, como ya saben, les estaré compartiendo los mejores eventos y actividades para disfrutar aquí en nuestro Valle de Vail y nuestros alrededores. Comenzamos este lunes 14 de agosto con el Breckenridge International Festival of Arts, que se estará llevando a cabo de 8 de la mañana a 6 de la tarde del 11 al 20 de agosto, con muchísimas actividades desde yoga, caminatas, exposiciones de arte, presentaciones de baile y música. Algunos eventos son gratuitos y otros requieren de boletos, así que consulta la página web para ver la lista completa de los eventos. Y este martes 15 de agosto, la Biblioteca Pública de Gypsum está ofreciendo un torneo de Super Smash Bros. A partir de las 4:15 de la tarde, un evento completamente gratis para mayores de 11 años. El ganador se llevará una tarjeta de regalo. Y este miércoles 16, nuestros amigos de BOM nos enseñan a hacer figuras de animales con globos, un evento gratuito en el centro de Walking Mountains en Avon de 5:30 a 7 de la tarde. Para registrarse, visiten la página web en pantalla. Y este jueves 17 les comparto un concierto en Denver, ya que llega Karim León al Ball Arena, lo que antes era conocido como el Pepsi Center. Las puertas abren a las 7 de la tarde y los boletos comienzan desde los $55 más cargos. Aún quedan boletos, así que visita la página web para adquirir los tuyos. Y este viernes 18 se presentan en el Ice Arena de Vail grupo Laberinto, Atrevidos de Chihuahua y Escolta de Rancho. Las puertas abren a las 9 de la noche. Los boletos de preventa los puedes conseguir en los lugares de costumbre o en la página web que aparece en pantalla a partir de los $60. Recuerda que usualmente los boletos suben de precio el día del evento, así que consigue los tuyos con anticipación. Y este sábado 19 se estará llevando a cabo el Vail Valley Brew Out de 4 a 8 de la tarde, un festival de cerveza donde podrás disfrutar de música en vivo, comida, actividades para niños y muestras ilimitadas de cerveza, seltzers y sidras. Los boletos comienzan desde los $20 para aquellas personas que no estarán tomando y desde los $49 para aquellas personas que desean participar en las muestras de alcohol. Los boletos suben de precio el día del evento, así que consigue los tuyos con anticipación en la página web. Y este domingo 20 de agosto podrá disfrutar de una experiencia educativa sobre el mundo prehistórico en Beaver Creek de 4 a 5:30 de la tarde. Es un evento en inglés, pero sé que muchos tienen hijos bilingües y podrán aprender muchísimas cosas de los dinosaurios, fósiles y nuestro mundo prehistórico aquí en Colorado. Y bueno, familia, con eso concluimos una edición más de Lo Mejor de la Semana. Aún nos quedan algunas semanas de verano, así que hay que aprovechar y disfrutar de todas las actividades que tenemos aquí en nuestro valle. Yo soy Julio García y los veré aquí en la próxima.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm very excited. I am here with one of my personal friends, Michelle Guida from the West End. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Thank you for waking up so early to hang out with me. I'm stoked.
Pleasure, as long as there's coffee involved.
Coffee. I know. She walks in and she's like, something smells really good. It is the vanilla in my coffee.
It was great. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to talk all things ALS, and we're talking about an awesome thing that you guys are throwing an event Monday night at the West End. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so we're very excited to be hosting a screening of the documentary Go On, Be Brave, and the screening is on Monday.
Yeah.
At 5:30. It'll be in the Riverfront Ballroom.
Yeah.
And so Go On, Be Brave is a documentary. It's very inspiring. It's about Andrea Peet and her journey becoming the first person with ALS to complete a marathon in all 50 states.
At 33 years old, is that correct?
Yeah, so she was diagnosed, Andrea was diagnosed with ALS at age 33.
33, okay.
And then within a year, she went from competing in half Ironmans, which are like 70.3 mile marathons, triathlons, excuse me.
Yeah.
To walking with a cane within a year of her diagnosis.
Wow.
So I can only imagine the transformation in that journey.
Right.
And so at that point, she decided to take on what her neurologist called an attempt at the impossible.
Yeah.
And to challenge herself to complete not just a marathon, but a marathon in all 50 states.
Wow.
I mean, and she was on her trike, which is a 3-wheeled bike that allows her, since she has ALS and lost a lot of her physical functioning, to be able to compete
that is
in these marathons. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
Look at her.
Oh, will she be at the event by any chance?
She'll be at the event, yeah. So she is on a film tour for her documentary.
Okay.
And she's going through Colorado. She's going to be in Denver, Crested Butte, Fort Collins, and of course, Vail.
I am so excited about this because I've researched a lot with ALS, and I have a couple of friends and family members that have been touched by, and it's really debilitating and really heartbreaking. And so to have this human being coming about and showing people that you can be and do what you want even with this, that's really powerful. And I love Go On, Be Brave. That is, when I heard the title, it really resonates. And I think that is, how cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
And she's an athlete before and after a diagnosis.
Right,
and
yes.
that doesn't have to change.
No.
I mean, I am so inspired by her. So it's going to be great. There will probably be a lot of tears shed, at least on my part on Monday.
We'll be together. But, I was just going to say, girl, I'll bring tissues for you and I, because I know we're very empathetic, loving humans. And this is a really powerful moment.
It'll be great.
It's really, really cool. So the West End, it's at 5, is that correct?
So it's at 5:30.
5:30, okay.
It's at the West End on Monday, the 21st. So this coming Monday.
Yep.
And we will have snacks. We'll have popcorn, red vines.
Oh, red vines. That's my
bevies.
favorite.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, red vines.
Red vines on there.
That'll be great. So yes, it is free. And then we do have a suggested donation for the Andrea Peet. It's called Team Drea, her nonprofit. So you can donate and just show up to the event. It's free.
Well, and that's brilliant. And for everyone out there that's watching right now, the West End is such a beautiful space. And, it's one of my favorite, one of my hands down favorite places to go. And I just think it's going to be such a powerful moment to have, to see this in the ballroom, which is stunning. I've been in there before. And then at the end, you can go up, and I'm assuming she'll kind of hang around for a little bit. Will there be a Q&A maybe after?
Probably.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. She'll definitely speak and do an intro, and you'll
Okay.
have an opportunity to kind of meet the woman who's accomplished this amazing goal too. So
How, that's pretty brilliant to be able to sit there, be so inspired by her story, and then to be able to have the opportunity to give back as well and talk to the human that's doing all of this. That's pretty rad. That's
That'll be
awesome.
great. I'm glad you're coming.
I am coming, and I really will bring tissues because I just think, for everyone in the Valley especially, we're all, I would think most of us are athletes. We're all drawn to the mountains for a similar reason. And to have this human being that is going through something that is debilitating, and it's not easy, to be able to show that she can still go on, and that anyone that's going through something like this can still push through and be brave is that's pretty awesome.
Right. And we might not all have an ALS diagnosis, but also everyone's facing different challenges.
100%.
Right. And so to remind yourself that just because of an injury or some kind of setback, and ALS, that's like top of the list of challenges of what you might have to face.
Right.
It's a good message as well. So very inspiring.
Yeah.
And then speaking of athleticism, in the athletic club at the Weston, we have a few events coming up that I also wanted to share.
And Michelle is the athletic director. She is the
club manager.
Club manager. There we go. Club manager.
Yes.
And that's you do all things with the Weston, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of the events? Is it for the end of the summer or going into fall?
So we actually each month put on a different series of events.
Cool.
So these ones are specific to this next couple of weeks for August, and then we'll have a whole bunch more in September. We can come back in September.
Yes, I will definitely. I would love to have you back on the couch every month, and we'll talk about it.
So Saturday, tomorrow, we have a hot stone yin and restore class. And then we also have a melt method workshop as well on the 26th. So these are great ways to restore and kind of take care of your body after the challenges of summer activities. And then we're also hosting a special amplified yoga class on Saturday, August 26th. It's at 6 p.m. We're going to have a live DJ. It'll be out on the Weston Yoga lawn.
So cool.
Yeah.
I went to one. Amazing.
They're great.
Amazing. So much fun. And the background, the energy, you can't beat it. And when is that?
To be outside in the mountains.
Oh.
So that's August 26th,
Okay,
Saturday.
cool.
So
Right on.
not tomorrow, but the next
following.
Saturday.
Okay.
And it's at 6 p.m. It is free to anyone who wants to come. Again, a suggested donation, and this one will go to support our nonprofit of the month, which is Roundup River Ranch.
Love.
So, yeah.
We're big fans here. We love that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They're amazing. So each month, the Athletic Club at the Weston, we partner with a different nonprofit, and these special events that we put on are free, donation-based, and allow an opportunity for those donations to go to our nonprofit of the month. So
That makes me love the Weston even more. And there we go. So cool.
as if we needed a reason to love the Weston even more.
That's right, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is really powerful. I love that you guys give back to the community and locally as well. It's a big deal, and people love people. I'm like me being number one. Everyone loves the Weston. But that yoga moment, oh my goodness, to have that zen and calm, and with the music, it is pretty top notch.
It's fun. It's a fun event, and also to be surrounded by the mountains is really special. You can't get that at many places in the world. So.
And I love that. I'm gonna make you a little embarrassed for a minute. I love that you love your job so much.
Oh, totally.
Because every time I see you, you're just glowing. You're so enthusiastic, and you're part of the reason everyone loves it so much. So thank you for doing you and for being such a big part of our community. We love you here in Vail.
We're so grateful. So please come to many of our events, especially on Monday.
Monday, 5:30, the ballroom. And so when people are going to come to this, do they need to print out anything? Do they need to RSVP? How do we go about doing that? Yeah.
Thanks for asking. So you can definitely drop in, and you can also RSVP by calling the Athletic Club phone number 970-790-2051.
I'm impressed by that moment. It's
I know,
early in the
off
morning.
top
That's
of my
impressive.
So yeah, just call us. Let us know that you want to join us for that documentary screening. It's helpful to know who's coming.
Yeah.
But if you didn't sign up and you still want to go last minute, that's totally fine too. I know it's the first day of school for a lot of local schools, but
look at that smile. If that doesn't tell you everything.
It's going to be a great screening. So
go on,
please come.
Michelle and I will be there. Come and kick it with us. And the Red Vines, popcorn and an inspiring story. 5:30, the Weston. And what is the name of the ballroom?
Riverside Ballroom, and it'll be Salon 4.
Awesome.
But there will be signs. Don't you worry.
There'll be signage guiding you
Yes.
to the correct area,
Yes.
or you can see. You'll see us. We'll be there.
Right.
Thank you so much, Michelle. You're brilliant, and
thank
I hope
you,
to
Richard.
see you Monday at the West End. And keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
It is quite the Friday morning here at Good Morning Vail, and I am honored to be joined in studio by the founder of Anahata Yoga and Wellness in Minturn, Chelsea Winters. Chelsea, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me this morning.
It's wonderful to have you here on a Friday morning. I think talking about yoga and wellness and all the things that you do is just a great way to roll into the weekend.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
So tell me about the studio, Anahata Yoga and Wellness. How did you get started? You know, what's your mission?
So we're located right in Minturn. We're downtown. I live a block away from the studio, and I've been teaching yoga for a really long time. And I know I wanted to do more. I wanted to teach more. I wanted to give more. And a space opened up literally like a block from my house, and the wheels started turning, and things happened pretty quickly after that.
That's amazing. Yeah, you can't deny it. That was just all the doors opening and lining up at the right time. So tell us about the studio. What kind of classes do you offer? How often do you teach? Tell me more.
I teach on the roster Tuesday through Saturday. We have classes 7 days a week, though. I have other teachers that teach with me. All of our classes are all levels. We have a solar flow. It's more athletic-based, vinyasa-based. Lunar flow is a little bit slower. And then we also do restorative and a flow to restore. We also do a lot of sound bath incorporations and a ton of workshops. So we bring in guest teachers and have a lot of different offerings.
It sounds so magical, and I'm sure the view is incredible from the studio.
Yeah, the view, we look up to the water tower in Minturn, so it's pretty iconic, and we have nice big high ceilings and wood floors and gas fireplace, so it's really cozy, especially in the winter time.
That's great. Now, do you offer memberships or drop-in classes? Tell me more about that.
We do all of that. So we have a lot of intro offers, so especially if you're a second homeowner or you're just here visiting for a week, we do like an intro week offer. Of course, we do drop-ins. We also do punch passes, and then you can, of course, do a membership where you come every week, you auto-renew, and yeah, we see you all the time. We love that.
That's great. Now, your journey into owning the studio is really quite incredible because you travel internationally all the time. Tell me a little bit more about that. You've traveled 7 years, 12 trips in 7 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I host international women's yoga retreats, and I have this is my 7th year. This will be my 12th retreat coming up in November. And then I also have 3 on the books for 2024. So super excited.
So you host them. Tell me what that entails.
So it's a full week, so it's either 6 nights or 7 nights. The groups span from anywhere like 12 to 22 women. Often we have women that sign up solo. They might not even know me when they sign up, but by day 2, everyone's friends. It's a whole tribe. It becomes this really beautiful community. I normally go in Central America, so I've been to almost every country in Central America I've hosted at. We've done Panama, Belize, I think Honduras is maybe the only one, and El Salvador is the only one we haven't been to. But right now we have Tulum coming up in November, and then in January we do a lot in Mexico. So we'll do Punta Mita in Mexico, we'll do Costa Rica in April, and then Guatemala is coming up a year and a half from now, the following November.
It just sounds great. So how do you plan these retreats? Now, you host them, so do you find the venue? Do you have partnerships? Tell me more.
So I'm solo on the journey with it, and I always look at places that I would want to travel, places that I would want to go. We always have a body of water, so normally it's the ocean. This November we'll be on the Caribbean. It's beautiful. Sometimes it's the Pacific. It just depends where we are. And then Guatemala is unique where we're on Lake Atitlan. So we're looking up, there's 3 volcanoes within our view. It's super magical, but that's the only one that isn't ocean, but always a body of water. We normally stay at retreat centers, so we're working with places that know what we're looking for, and they really have that mind, body, soul connection. The rooms are intentional, the yoga shallows are beautiful, have beautiful views, and the food is always super nourishing. So you just come, you relax, get whatever you need, and leave hopefully feeling really refreshed.
So how did you get started in hosting these international retreats? It's such a great concept, and I love the idea of it.
Thank you. My first one was in Nicaragua, which was a little bit of an adventure. I always love to travel, and I love yoga, and I was thinking, well, how can I put the 2 of these together, in an entrepreneurial way? And it was really fun, and it was an adventure, and we had a great time. And I was like, wow, we should do more of these. And some of the ladies that went on that first retreat have been on many more with me. A lot of them go on maybe 1 a year with me. Some go on more than that. And it's become this really amazing way to see really beautiful places in the world.
So tell me a little bit about an itinerary. So if someone was interested and they weren't quite sure, what can they expect?
So it's always all levels. So sometimes I have people that are rehabbing an injury, or they're like, oh, I think I like yoga, or I like Mexico, but I don't really like yoga. And we take everyone, and it's really, really welcoming. Our morning class is a little more vigorous. It's like what I would call the solar flow at the studio. And it is more athletic, but it's all levels. So if you're a big yogi, we'll challenge you, and if you're not, we'll make you feel super welcome. And then that's our morning. Then we go to breakfast. Lunch is midday. We always have an afternoon session, and that's always what I call lunar, or it's more ceremonial. So we might do a cacao ceremony, a sound bath ceremony, restorative yoga, yin, something a little more down-tempo because you probably were out adventuring or relaxing or spaing during the day. And then evening we have dinner, and then you can relax. Sometimes during the day we'll do an excursion as a group, or we'll just give you enough free time. So if you want to adventure, you can go different places every day. If you want to just chill, relax, go to the spa, journal, read a book, sit by the pool.
Sounds great. So it's not a rigorous schedule, but it's definitely structured and a lot of room for freedom as well.
Yeah, we offer a lot, but I always kind of say choose your own adventure. You can pack your time however you want, or just completely let it be free. So Yeah, everyone's always welcome.
So if you're brand new and this is your very first trip, do you send out a list of what to expect and what kinds of things to pack, and you really just give everybody
everything you need?
Yeah, awesome.
So on the front end, I'm the travel agent. On the time there, I'm the yoga teacher, the therapist, the friend, part of the tribe. And then afterwards, hopefully you come back and do it again.
That's
but
great.
Yeah, everything you need to know, you can ask me, and I take care of it all. You book your own flight, but I tell you where and when and how, and it's pretty easy.
You just make it like seamless for the attendee, I guess you could call
sure.
them. So in regard to that, do you have people that come from all over the U.S.? Is it specifically local?
Yeah, I think generally about 50% is Colorado-based. They might be practicing at the studio regularly, and then the other 50% every retreat is from all over. We seem to get a lot from the Northwest area, but we've also had people from Canada. I had one girl from Australia once, UK sometimes. So yeah, I think a lot of it is personal recommendations, and someone might not be able to go on the next one, but they tell their friend, and then that's how we grow. And then sometimes I think it might just be a Google search, but no matter how it aligns, it's always the most magical group. It always is really, really good.
That's great. Now your next one coming up is in Tulum in November.
Yeah.
So where can people go for more information about that?
So you can go on my website, anahatayogaco.com. If you go on the website, you can call me. You can even text the studio, email the studio. I have a retreat inquiry form where you can fill out some more details, but every page on the website is dedicated to, or there's a dedicated page rather, to each retreat. Tulum is coming up the first week of November, So
are they able to get onto the website and see previous retreats just to get a better idea?
We don't keep the previous ones on there, but you can see the upcoming ones. So right now there's 4 listed.
Okay, great.
And if you go back in social media, you can see kind of what we've been up to. In April, we were in Baja. In January, we were at another location in Costa Rica. So if you do a little, social media snooping, you'll see what we've been up to.
And how can we find you on social media?
We're Anahata Yoga CO.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So across the board, the same one, website and social media.
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I think
you.
what you're doing is so incredible. I love the idea of a women's empowerment yoga retreat, which is what you're hosting, and it's just impressive that you've created such a community there. So one last time, anything that you want to tell the viewers just to be prepared or to come join you in studio?
Yeah, just come see us. If you're watching this morning, I'll be teaching at noon today, and then I'll be teaching tomorrow at 9:15. So yeah. Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show, Chelsea. We appreciate you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We have a lot more in our next hour here on Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Happy Friday, August 18th. I'm your host, Kimberly. It is a morning here at TV8 Vail. I've got Gretchen Pleshaw joining me today in studio, plus lots of exciting guests. We have a dietitian coming. We'll be talking about a fun summer shrimp recipe because summer is not over yet. Eagle Valley Library District. And then Liz will be having a conversation with all the good stuff down in Edwards. So check it out. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to your TV8 Weather Center. Happy Friday. Let's take a look at the weather out there. 8 a.m., 65 degrees, a high of 79, a 50% chance of afternoon thunderstorms. So definitely not bundle up, but wear your raincoat and be aware of the rain. 8 a.m., 60 degrees and sunny. Noon at 73 and partly cloudy. 4 p.m., you're going to see some of those scattered showers, thunderstorms coming in. 72, and then 8 p.m., 66, and still more of that precipitation, which we need. So I'm not going to hate on that. Eagle, 84 degrees, a 50% chance of precipitation. Avon, 82, and same. Vail, 79, so a little bit of cooler temperatures today with that rain and thunderstorms. And then Denver, 94 degrees, very warm per usual in Denver. A low of 51 degrees and a rain 25% chance. Scattered thunderstorms and clear after midnight. So beautiful night to open up those windows and let some of that cool air come in. Saturday, it looks like 50% chance of rain, afternoon thunderstorms. And then Sunday and Monday, beautiful 85, 84. Tuesday and Wednesday, 81 and 79 and thunderstorms. So we're going to get some precipitation, but a beautiful week nonetheless. Keep it here for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 7 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake!
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now it is a Friday morning edition and we are focused on all things diet, health, and wellness. It's a wonderful day to really dive in and get into that. So Liz has a conversation with the founder and owner of All the Good Stuff where you can buy healthy, local, organic products. Let's take a look at that conversation.
Welcome to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Liz. I have somebody really special on the sofa with me. It's Samantha Miller from All the Good Stuff. Good morning, Samantha.
Good morning, Liz.
I'm really happy to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. Well, I want to say to everybody is that I met Samantha 6 years ago. She was just starting off doing farmers markets and very small amount of products. I got to talk to you on the radio. You were just getting ready to get started. Yeah. And you were so nervous. And now, look at you. 6 years later, you are at the Minturn Market. You're at the Vail Farmers Market, right?
Actually, I'm at the Minturn Market. Okay. And then we actually just opened a brick and mortar store in Edwards.
I heard. Yeah. I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. Imagine working really hard outside, really, really doing your best. And then you get the chance to open a brick and mortar. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so
much. You are
much.
now an entrepreneur.
And it feels good.
Well,
it feels
should.
very exciting, you know, through opening the business, the brick and mortar store, we've been able to expand and partner with so many more local vendors. When we started 6 years ago, we had maybe 10 or 15 vendors, and now we have over 60. So it has just been amazing to be able to support all of these amazing local businesses from around Colorado.
That's incredible. And that's the thing I like the most that you do is everything is localized. It is coming from Colorado locally, whether it's honey or jam or my favorite, pickles.
Oh, and I brought you some pickles today because I know how much you love them.
I'm excited. I love your pickles. But everything here, I'm looking at your table and I can already tell it expanded because when you came and saw me 6 years ago, you had like 4 products.
Yeah.
So this is incredible. Tell us a little bit about what the purpose of All the Good Stuff is, because I know it originally was for people that couldn't get out to the markets. You were doing something really special for people that couldn't leave their home. You would gather their groceries and things like that and bring them to their house. Do you still do that?
Yeah, so we still do that. All the Good Stuff started as a way to help people support local businesses and shop from the farmers market without having to go to the farmers market. Because let's face it, there's so many fun things to do in Colorado, especially in the summer. Whether you're out hiking, biking, whatever it may be, there's a lot of reasons people can't make it to the farmers market, and I saw a huge disconnect between the people who want to eat local, eat fresh, know where their food is coming from, support those local vendors at the farmers market, but can't always make it.
Right.
So we decided to do something about it, and I decided to build a website, which I knew zero about. But we made it happen. We put all of these vendors online and made it possible for people to shop from all these local vendors in one convenient spot and get everything delivered.
Well, I can't say anything more than I am so excited because number one, you're located, I can walk to you from where I live. You're located in Edwards, and if you were to say by the roundabout, pretty much catty corner to the gas house. Is that a good way to put it?
So actually, our front door looks at the backside of the gas house.
Okay.
We're above and behind Fiestas. So it's in that same Edwards Plaza as Fiestas, Marco's,
Right.
Ed's. Everyone's familiar with that, but we're on the backside. So it is a little bit tricky, but once you've been there once, it's not a problem to find.
I've found it already, and it's a really lovely store. I like what you've done with it. You've just got everything organized so perfectly.
Thank you.
And I know that your goal is to feed us happy, healthy ingredients. You know, anybody can go get a can of Pringles, but you can't get a can of Good Crisps.
And
so
let me
tell me about these.
So these are one of my new favorite products. They're made in Boulder, and they taste so similar to Pringles. Honestly, exactly the same. But it's local and better ingredients. They don't use any of the main allergen. They're gluten-free, dairy-free, and they're just phenomenal.
Well, they look like they taste like a Pringle, and I like to make a duck face out of them. Can you make a duck face out of these? That's my favorite part about them. Now, I'm looking. You pretty much have something for every time of day. Explain the pasta to me. I see spinach, and I see all kinds.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. You have porcini mushroom pasta?
They're all delicious. Actually, last night for dinner, I had the lemon garlic, and it's got that really nice hint of lemon. It goes great in a chicken piccata, which if you're looking for a recipe, I just put one up on the blog. Yeah, but we've got pastas that are locally made. We've got jams. We've got lots of pickled products. Yeah, everything you see here is made in Colorado, and there's so much that I couldn't fit on this table today. So you'll have to come into the store to check it all out.
Yeah, now I was going to say next time we'll just go to the store because there are so many things. Now, I was saying that I don't normally have allergies, but my nose has been running all day, and Danielle said, maybe you have a new allergy. I said, well, I wouldn't know what to do, and then you mentioned something that could actually help an allergy.
Absolutely. So local honey is great if you have allergies because it helps you build an immunity to those local pollens that are floating in the air. So we've got a Vail, an Edwards, and a Minturn specifically to this area. So it's an Eagle County honey. And what's really cool is they actually infuse the honey with local pollen. So it's really helping you build your immune system to what you're allergic to.
Right, because you're supposed to give yourself what you're allergic to so you become
Right, it's kind of the same
immune
idea
to it.
as a flu shot.
Right, yeah, because nobody wants those anymore.
And
it's actually called Vail Allergy. This is amazing. I know so many people with allergies. You might want to come and get this for sure. Now, okay, I love pickles, but you have everything pickled. I'm not sure about this
That
one.
is my favorite product.
Corn relish.
You have to try it. So that I love to do on tacos, on enchiladas. If we're grilling and do brats, it goes great, as a relish on brats. But honestly, I just dig in with a tortilla chip. So good.
I think I would too. So Tracy from Cooking with Tracy, you might want to try those because they're really good. You have all kinds of pickled things. We also have pickled Brussels sprouts. Now, I've had pickled tomatoes, pickled pickles, all kinds of pickled stuff, but I have not had pickled Brussels sprouts.
The
Look at that,
Brussels
you guys.
sprouts are one of my favorites. They've got a really nice crunch. Lorena, Mountain Girl Pickles from Netherlands, she's amazing, and she's a third-generation pickler, so she definitely knows what she's doing.
I want to be a pickler. I know it's hard. It's not as easy as you think. Now, what we have for breakfast, I see you have some kind of really delicious, is this oatmeal?
So those are lentils.
Lentils.
Very similar to oatmeal. Super clean, healthy ingredients. You just add water and it's ready in 2 minutes. So if you're looking for something healthy in a pinch, that's great.
Well, this is great, and you have all kinds of different flavors. We have cinnamon apple, lentils, and Mexican green chili. That might go with the corn.
Yeah, definitely.
There are so many great things. And now, sometimes you think you can't have soda anymore because soda is probably one of the biggest reasons why we are maybe not as healthy as we'd like to be. So you have a special kind of soda, and I'm going to say Rosa de Chihuahua.
I think you said it better than I could. So Frescos Naturales, Juan, who you might know from the Minturn Farmers Market years ago, he started a business called Green Belly, and they were actually our very first partners when I started all the good stuff.
Nice.
We were neighbors at the Minturn Market, so we go way back. And this is actually his second business. It's called Frescos Naturales.
Okay.
He's out of Boulder. He actually just went on Shark Tank a few months ago, and he got a deal, and I am so proud of him. It was
wow.
amazing. Yeah.
So what separates this from your typical soda?
So this is a Guatemalan soda. It's a carbonated fruit drink, so it's very simple ingredients, basically water, a little bit of sugar, and fruit. They're very bright, vibrant, bubbly. Like, they are just so delicious to drink on their own or to mix into a cocktail or mocktail. Which, speaking of cocktails and mocktails, in the front we've got some sugar cubes, and those are really fun because you muddle them into your drink, whether it's a cocktail or a mocktail, and it gives your drink kind of this shimmery, glittery effect.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's just so fun.
That sounds exciting.
And these, Liz, I have to tell you about them because they're one of my new favorite things. It's Flour Co. crackers. I don't know if you guys can see the picture on the box, but the crackers are actually brighter and more vibrant. They've got dehydrated flour petals, and they are delicious.
What?
It's just the perfect addition to your charcuterie board if you want to spruce things up a little bit.
Well, this sounds like all guilt-free yumminess, and I'm really excited. So what we don't see on the table, I know you have a lot of oils and things to cook with and everything like that. Tell everybody where to find you and how great. You can basically make a full meal for the entire family and snacks and everything else.
And soon we're going to have all the farm fresh produce from Austin Family Farms.
Oh my
starting
gosh.
in July. July
Wow.
1st is going to be the first Minturn market of the season, and we cannot wait. But we'll have fresh produce in the store. We also have eggs. We've got a whole selection of ethically raised meat, chicken, pork, beef, you name it, we got it. But yeah, you got to stop into the store to see all of this amazing stuff. We'll have produce starting in July, and you can find us at the Minturn Farmers Market on Saturdays and in the store Tuesday through Saturday right now, and then we'll be expanding our hours in July.
Well, I can only tell you, I am ridiculously proud of you. Watching you grow from a small little business, and you just expanded, and you really want to take care of our health here in the community, and that's what I love about this. You really have all the greatest ingredients, something for everybody. And you know what? Snacking doesn't have to feel guilty anymore because I'm about to pop open these Pringles.
Please do.
They're not Pringles, they're good crisps. So make your way on over to all the good stuff. Support all the great healthy things and all of our local people. This comes from everybody, locally grown, locally sourced. And that's the greatest part about it. So get yourselves on over to all the good stuff in Edwards, and maybe we'll see you over at the Minturn Market tomorrow. It's the big opening, and I can't wait. Thanks for being here with me,
Thank you
Samantha.
so much.
Very cool. I love it. Samantha from All the Good Stuff, everybody. This is TV8 Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hola, ¿qué tal, familia de TVA? Les saluda Julio García y les doy la bienvenida a una edición más de Lo Mejor de la Semana, donde, como ya saben, les estaré compartiendo los mejores eventos y actividades para disfrutar aquí en nuestro Valle de Vail y nuestros alrededores. Comenzamos este lunes 14 de agosto con el Breckenridge International Festival of Arts, que se estará llevando a cabo de 8 de la mañana a 6 de la tarde del 11 al 20 de agosto, con muchísimas actividades desde yoga, caminatas, exposiciones de arte, presentaciones de baile y música. Algunos eventos son gratuitos y otros requieren de boletos, así que consulta la página web para ver la lista completa de los eventos. Y este martes 15 de agosto, la Biblioteca Pública de Gypsum está ofreciendo un torneo de Super Smash Bros. A partir de las 4:15 de la tarde, un evento completamente gratis para mayores de 11 años. El ganador se llevará una tarjeta de regalo. Y este miércoles 16, nuestros amigos de BOM nos enseñan a hacer figuras de animales con globos, un evento gratuito en el centro de Walking Mountains en Avon de 5:30 a 7 de la tarde. Para registrarse, visiten la página web en pantalla. Y este jueves 17 les comparto un concierto en Denver, ya que llega Karim León al Ball Arena, lo que antes era conocido como el Pepsi Center. Las puertas abren a las 7 de la tarde y los boletos comienzan desde los $55 más cargos. Aún quedan boletos, así que visita la página web para adquirir los tuyos. Y este viernes 18 se presentan en el Ice Arena de Vail grupo Laberinto, Atrevidos de Chihuahua y Escolta de Rancho. Las puertas abren a las 9 de la noche. Los boletos de preventa los puedes conseguir en los lugares de costumbre o en la página web que aparece en pantalla a partir de los $60. Recuerda que usualmente los boletos suben de precio el día del evento, así que consigue los tuyos con anticipación. Y este sábado 19 se estará llevando a cabo el Vail Valley Brew Out de 4 a 8 de la tarde, un festival de cerveza donde podrás disfrutar de música en vivo, comida, actividades para niños y muestras ilimitadas de cerveza, seltzers y sidras. Los boletos comienzan desde los $20 para aquellas personas que no estarán tomando y desde los $49 para aquellas personas que desean participar en las muestras de alcohol. Los boletos suben de precio el día del evento, así que consigue los tuyos con anticipación en la página web. Y este domingo 20 de agosto podrá disfrutar de una experiencia educativa sobre el mundo prehistórico en Beaver Creek de 4 a 5 y media de la tarde. Es un evento en inglés, pero sé que muchos tienen hijos bilingües y podrán aprender muchísimas cosas de los dinosaurios, fósiles y nuestro mundo prehistórico aquí en Colorado. Y bueno, familia, con eso concluimos una edición más de lo mejor de la semana. Aún nos quedan algunas semanas de verano, así que hay que aprovechar y disfrutar de todas las actividades que tenemos aquí en nuestro valle. Yo soy Julio García y los veré aquí en la próxima.
When making money is the aim, these kids, they bring their game. They're the biz kids.
Can you dig it? Real businesses by real biz kids. Watch and learn tips on how to start your own business.
Right on. Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm so very excited to speak with Erin Polinsky-Wade about all things nutrition. She is the go-to nutritionist for the media, and I cannot wait to talk to her. I have so many questions. How are you doing, Erin?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I am doing really well. Thank you for getting up bright and early to join us. I can't wait to talk to you. I am so excited. I know that you know all things nutrition, and I have so many questions. I was wondering, number one, what is the biggest thing that we should know as people on the go? I am one of these people that I get up at 5 in the morning and I go nonstop all day to be able to keep the weight off. What should I be doing?
Oh, absolutely. You know, when we are on the go, and especially like heading into now, it's the back to school season. I have three little kids, so it is like an amazingly hectic time. We want to really think about how can you plan and prepare in advance as much as possible so that you're fueling your body, you're giving yourself good nutrition so you can meet your health goals in the easiest way possible. And I have, you know, kind of two secret tricks that I swear by.
Okay.
One is smoothies. You know, smoothies are amazing, but we don't all have time for smoothies and to prep and chop fruits and vegetables every morning. So what I recommend, if you take the fruits and vegetables that you want to put in a smoothie, and you could do a variety, make them in advance, put them into freezer safe bags and freeze them. And you can do this like once a month. When you want that smoothie, all you have to do is take that bag, put it in the blender, add a scoop of protein powder, put your liquid in there, and you're ready to go with a really nutritious drink that will fill you up, but doesn't take any time.
Okay, that's brilliant. Number one, I love your setup. You look beautiful and everything around you is stunning. And number two, I love smoothies. So that's a great idea because you're right. Early in the morning, waking up, coming over here to Good Morning Vail, I'm always like, I don't have time to do that. That's brilliant and so easy. That's an easy hack. I like that.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned like too, if you're thinking about weight management, one big thing you want to focus on is what's going to sustain your appetite, right? And so protein is key. And if you're making a smoothie, fruits and vegetables are great and there's fiber in there, but I always recommend throwing in a scoop of protein powder.
Okay.
I particularly love, Orgain has the plant-based protein powder because you're getting 21 grams of vegan protein in one scoop. You're getting 4 to 7 grams of prebiotic and fiber.
Okay.
So clean, organic nutrition, but it's really going to sustain your appetite. and help, to fuel you and keep you focused when you have those busy mornings.
That is very important for me. I feel like that's such a good point because you do, you eat and then you feel, a lot of times for me at least, I don't feel like I'm sustained throughout the day, and that's when I start snacking, and that is not the best thing. So what is the name of the protein powder again that you mentioned?
This is Orgain's plant-based protein powder.
Okay.
And it's great because you could throw it into smoothies, but you could also bake with it. A lot of people don't realize that. So I add it into muffins, pancakes, a really great way to maximize nutrition.
Okay, awesome. I know those muffins in front of you, I want to hear about that because that looks really good.
Yeah, so muffins are my absolute go-to, when you're thinking about eating on the run. And normally when you think about a muffin, you might think, oh, added sugar and maybe not going to be as filling. But if you add in the protein powder, if you add in fresh vegetables and fruits, and you can even use, instead of added sugar, you can use pureed banana to make a muffin recipe. These can be made in advance, pop them in the microwave when you want to have them. I keep them in my freezer for up to a month. And they are a great way to get more quality nutrition for you or kids too. I mean, my kids love them.
That's awesome. And Erin, you're talking to someone who is not the best cook/baker, not at all. But I know muffins are not the hardest thing to do. So that's a great alternative, even if you're like I am and not very good in the kitchen.
And if you're not good in the kitchen, which is fine, I can't say I'm a chef either. But one thing I would highly recommend stocking up on, and in my household, these are like a lifesaver during busy times of year, are ready-to-go nutrition shakes. My kids cannot get enough of the Orgain Kids Organic Nutrition Shakes.
Okay.
These have 8 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, and they're an excellent source of calcium and vitamin D. But my favorite part is they're shelf-stable. So these can go in your car, your purse, the backpack, and you always have quality nutrition to take with you on the go.
I love that. So for people with, I have 2 fur babies, but I am an auntie to many of my friends' children. So people with kids, that's great. Or if you're a little bit accident prone like I am, that's good for on the go. You can, like you said, throw it in a purse and just go, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, and there's a whole line. Orgain has a whole line. So there's adult, there's children. So there's something for everyone. They taste amazing. But that shelf-stable quality is, key when you're busy.
Awesome. And I wish I could talk to you all day about all of this. The food looks amazing. You're amazing. What is the last moment that you have to your right? Or maybe it's to your, I guess on your left, the little lunchbox.
Oh, right here. So I have the muffin. Is this what you're talking about? And the oranges right here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So really just trying to think about balance at meals, right? So think about where you're going to get your fiber, your fruits, your vegetables, adding in the protein, and you can mix it up and have variety, but it's that balance that's going to give you sustained energy throughout the day.
That is so awesome. Erin, you're amazing. I can see that why you would be such a good mother. Your kids must love you because you're awesome. And also you seem like you're really on board with keeping them healthy.
Thank you so much. I try.
You do a great job.
Well, thank you so much.
Erin, my last question being this, out of everything that you could tell, I know that you are a well sought out nutritionist. What would you say is the one thing to keep, doing the right thing for your physical, mental health as far as nutrition is concerned?
Just focus on balance and don't try to be perfect. Okay. We all try to do too much. It's never going to happen. Just think about every day, what's one thing you can do to improve your health. And honestly, what I have found that makes the biggest impact for most people is to just take a little time out each night and plan and prepare for the next day in advance, whether it's leaving your clothes out, whether it's making your lunch and snack in advance or your breakfast the next day. But whatever you can do in advance takes the pressure off, it takes the stress off, and you're not trying to make those decisions in the moment.
Thank you, Erin. You're awesome. If you get an email, I have so many more questions. We really appreciate you joining us on Good Morning Vail, and I hope you have a brilliant day and keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
It was great to see you, and thank you.
Thank you, Erin.
Good Morning Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina. que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look at this Friday. See what's going on out there. 8 a.m., 65 degrees, a high of 79, 50% chance of rain, afternoon thunderstorm. So something good to know if you're going to get out there and maybe take a hike, a walk with your pups. 8 a.m., 60 degrees and sunny, noon, 73, partly cloudy. So the cloud coverage coming in around noon. 4 p.m., 72, we're going to see some of those scattered thunderstorms. And 8 p.m., 66, so dropping a little bit temperature-wise and scattered thunderstorms. Let's take a look at that I-70 corridor. Eagle, 50% chance of rain, 84 degrees and thunderstorms. Avon, same, 82, 50% chance of thunderstorms. Vail, 79, and Denver, 94 degrees. So a hot one in Denver if you're heading that direction. Low, 51 degrees. Rain, 25% chance. That's for this evening, tonight. Scattered thunderstorms, clear after midnight. Winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. I always say this, but if you don't have air conditioning, open those windows, let the cool breeze come on in and have a great night's sleep. Saturday, 50% chance.
Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. So I have a farm shrimp, and I have a wild caught shrimp. So when you're getting ready to cook it, you kind of want to pat it dry. People are always amazed when I tell them this, but like even if I have a piece of fish or something, I will just gently squeeze it after it thaws out when it's frozen to get some of that excess water. Because if you're going to put it in your pan and you're going to try to get a sear on it, then you're not going to get rid of that excess water. It's going to kind of fill up in your pan and boil your shrimp, which is not what we are after. So just pat it dry a little bit with a paper towel, real gently too. You don't want to like manhandle those little tiny crustaceans. It's not going to taste as good. So real easy to peel. You just pull the tail off, flip it over, take the legs, and they should come off nice and easy. When you're working with the farmed fish, a lot of times they just have the tails on there, so you just pull those off really quickly. So season it generously with salt and pepper, and then a nice little ingredient that you can put on there, just a tiny, tiny bit of sugar. Why do we do that? It's just going to bring out the natural sweetness of the shrimp. And when we put it in the pan, it's going to help to caramelize a little. And literally, shrimp take about 5 minutes to cook. These are already pink shrimp, so we're not going to see them change a color, but a lot of times when they're a grayish color when they start, they just turn pink right away. So here we are. We're going to have those cook. I do have my salad started. This salad has cucumbers, sliced cucumbers, and peaches. If it's a really fresh peach, all you do is take a cut and go right around that. This is called the stone fruit. The seed is in the middle, and you should be able to turn it and open it up like that. That is the easiest way and the nicest way to open up a fresh peach. A lot of times the juice will be squeezing all over you, but not today because, like I said, it's not quite as ripe as it should be. All right, we're just going to slice these up really thin. Can you hear that shrimp cooking? It smells good already. Just a little bit of simple seasoning. I have my cucumbers, so I'm just going to put my peaches down. And as the shrimp are starting to cook, you'll see that their tails are turning a little bit, and then you just want to flip them over. This is literally going to take about 1 more minute. And the key to cooking any seafood and shrimp is don't overcook it. So right about this point, I'm actually just going to turn the heat off and let them cook that side right now real easily. So turn the heat off. They're already kind of firm to the touch. They've got a little caramelization. They're looking good. And now let's make a vinaigrette. We're going to go a little bit of olive oil, equal parts olive oil, orange juice. Orange juice is one of my favorite ingredients when I am making vinaigrettes because it's low in calorie. It gives it that nice flavor, and it's juicy and has that citrus. So you can use that quite often. All right, we're going to do a little bit of cinnamon. I'm actually going to get this one out right now because I need a spoon for cinnamon, because if you overdo it, you're going to be in trouble. So we're going to use about a teaspoon of cinnamon and almost a teaspoon of cumin. We're going to go a little bit less on the cumin because it's so strong. We're going to do those two right in there. And when you're working with dried herbs like this, you really want to let them sit in the juices for a little bit. So you want to make this and then let it sit. Not for a long time, but you do want to let it sit for a little bit. See, now shake it up. Okay, it's an interesting color. And that cinnamon is going to be dry right now. So the longer we let it sit right here, and I don't mean like days or anything like that. I mean, you can just let it sit for like a half hour or so. The longer we let it sit, the better it's going to taste. So let me get this out of the way and bring our salad in. The shrimp is looking good. I am going to plate this up and put our vinaigrette on. When we come back, we'll show you the finished product here, and then we'll get going with our farm shrimp and make a delicious, creamy shrimp salad. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I am Tracy. Thanks for joining us here today. We're talking all about shrimp, how healthy and how easy it is to cook. We are just going to cut these into little pieces. Actually, a lot of times when I'm making the shrimp salad, I will put it in my food processor, but I didn't want to lug the food processor in here today. So we're just going to slice the shrimp up, kind of nice and easy. If you put it in a little row, put them all together. My whole family's from Florida, so they actually have shrimp nets like right outside on their docks, and we eat the freshest shrimp you can possibly imagine. Mayport shrimp in Florida is delicious. Really, if you can get any shrimp from the Texas, the Gulf of Mexico, or Florida, you're going to be in pretty good shape with that flavor. And again, just don't overcook it, and you'll be tasting it and enjoying it. Okay, so here we go. We have our shrimp cut up into small pieces for the shrimp salad. And this one, sorry, I'm going to add a few calories to this because it's going to be nice and creamy. So I'm going to do a little bit of a mixture of sour cream and mayonnaise. Now, I'm a huge mayonnaise fan. I love eggs. I love mayonnaise. But mayonnaise alone, sometimes when you're making a salad like that, it's just a little too strong. So I like to mix mine with a little bit of sour cream. I actually do a half and half, 50% sour cream, 50% mayonnaise. Tons of salt and pepper. Either use dill or use tarragon. And if you're ever cooking lobster, tarragon is really, really good. It has all these little like leaves like this, and all you do is pull the leaves right off of the stems, and then we're going to chop them up. It's super easy, super fragrant, and it kind of has like a licorice type of flavor to it. So we're just going to take those right off. Actually, I just do it that way. Take them off that way. You can really put any herbs you want in here. If you would prefer, you know, parsley or something like that, you can do that. Really making something that turns out to be in your recipe repertoire all the time. All right, super simple. Cut up cooked shrimp. We have tarragon, salt and pepper, mayonnaise, and sour cream. We're just going to kind of fold it all together and make ourselves this nice creamy salad. This is so good. I eat this just by itself, and I do a lot of this in like little individual cups, and people love it. And you can either eat it by itself, you can eat it on a salad, you can eat it with crackers or crudité if you wanted to, or you can put it in a wrap and take it out on a picnic. One of the things though about wrapping up creamy dishes, there's a little trick, especially if you want to take it out on your picnic. So right now, we're just going to put it on our bed of lettuce. This would be a nice little light lunch for you, packed with protein and vitamins and minerals, nice and light and delicious with a little bit of creaminess. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper right on there, especially pepper. And then when we return, I will show you how to wrap that in a tortilla. So if you want a sandwich, if you're going on a hike or something, hitting the lake or the river, we're going to wrap that. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make those wraps still taste good and not get too soggy if you're going on a picnic. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. I'm Tracy Miller. Thanks for joining us here today. We are talking about shrimp, and we just made a shrimp salad with a creamy mayonnaise sour cream base, and we used tarragon today, which is actually delicious. I was crying a little bit because I didn't have the dill that I usually like to use with my shrimp salad. Have to compromise when you're using fresh ingredients, and that tarragon, it tastes really good. So start with some lettuce, and make sure your lettuce is dry. Like I've been telling you, kind of all day here, is dry things off, because all of that moisture is going to make your wrap mushy, and it's going to make your shrimp boil when you're putting it in the pan. So I have the shrimp salad here. I'm just going to put that down right on top, and I'm going to take a little bit of the mayonnaise base and kind of make like a little bit of glue to seal it closed. I love making wraps. I don't know why. I just really like rolling things. So take it like that. Pull it all out your way, move your fingers around so that you know that like you're going to get a good bite on every sandwich, and then just roll that baby up. That glue right there is going to seal it closed. And then I like to cut it in half. And when I'm making wraps and I'm getting ready to go on a picnic, or usually I'm getting ready to cater or go on a gig or something like that, what I do is I just put the wrap in the fridge uncovered until I'm ready to wrap it up. Because if you wrap it up in cellophane, what's going to happen is it's going to get all mushy. And since we have a creamy base, you want some mayonnaise on your sandwich, when you're making wraps, you want to have a layer. You want to have that lettuce layer to protect the mayonnaise on the inside and the wrap. Seems simple, but you can really kind of make a mushy sandwich if you're having it wrapped up for a little while. So we've got the two salads today. For the shrimp salad with peaches and cucumbers, and that's in a cumin cinnamon vinaigrette. And then we will also have the recipe here for you with the shrimp salad, which I'm going to say you're probably going to like a lot. Thanks for joining me here on Colorful Cooking today. Eat shrimp. It's low in calories, high in protein, and really good for you.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It is a beautiful Friday morning here in Avon. And as always, we love it when Eagle Valley Library District joins us in studio. And I've got Carrie Mae sitting here on the couch. You're basically one of the hosts now at this point.
Thank you. Thank you. I always enjoy coming. I haven't been here for a couple weeks, so thanks.
It's great to have you here. Now, I don't want to rush summer, but we are coming up to a close. We're heading into the school year. So what is going on with the Eagle Valley District?
So back to school is next week for most of our Eagle County students. So I just wanted to chat about some things that we do in partnership with the school district. So if you go to an Eagle County school and you have an S number, you automatically have a library card. So we just like to let all the students know that their S number is also their library card. So come into the library, get books, games, DVDs, magazines, all the fun stuff. You don't even have to get a card. Your S number is your card.
That's great. So lots of ways to keep the students engaged outside of just their normal studies.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I know a lot of teachers obviously are also back in school and looking for additional resources and materials for their classrooms and their students. And we also have a special teacher card. So any Eagle County teacher can come in and get a teacher card. All they need is an ID, your teacher ID, and then some sort of indication that they work for the school district, so pay stub, or a lot of them just have teacher IDs, and it just works really easily.
So what does the teacher card entail? What are the details
so it allows teachers to get multiple copies of the same book. So if you're trying to get multiple students reading the same book, that card allows you to do that. And there's also certain fine structures that teachers have, because we understand sometimes their students might not get the books back to them on time, and we certainly don't want to punish them. So really it just allows them to get classroom materials, classroom sets, and then it gives them a little more leeway on the fines.
That's great. So really exciting, busy summer. Give us a little bit of a summer recap.
So, well, first of all, moving into next week, we also have a story time break at all three of our branches. So Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum will not have story time next week. it gives our children's staff a little bit of time to reset. We also know a lot of parents are trying to get back in the school groove, so no story times at any of our branches next week, but there's still time to get your summer reading prizes. So children's, teens, adult, anyone out there who has not claimed their summer reading prizes yet, stop into your local branch, stop into Avon, Eagle, or Gypsum with your completed log, and you can still get prizes up through September 1st.
Okay,
so you
great.
still have a couple weeks. And we just, we're wrapping up all of our summer programming and getting ready to launch fall programming.
That's great. And you
So-
had a bunch of foam parties that happened.
Yes.
How did that go?
Oh my gosh, they are crazy and wild. So all 3 of our branches, to wrap up summer reading for our children's programming, they celebrate the end of it with a foam party, and it is, we've done this several years now. It's a huge hit, and we do it obviously not in the library. It's on one of our library lawns, because it would make a giant mess in the library, and it literally is just like this giant yard full of foam and bubbles, and everybody's just having fun, and the kids love it. And it's just a great way to kind of celebrate all their great learning accomplishments throughout the summer.
That's great. I love what you all do for the community. You just
Thank you.
encourage them not only to read, but there are so many fun things that they can check out.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, books, video games, binoculars,
Yeah.
anything that you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Eagle Valley Library District's kind of our one of our statements is read, learn, grow. And so, obviously libraries, the core of libraries is reading, but we really truly try to practice and encourage lifelong learning in any way, shape, and form that we can. So, we do. We have unique materials to get people outside exploring this great community that we get to call home. So there's learning, there's entertainment, there's physical activity, there's games for social connection. So we really try to take a whole life approach, and same with our programming. We really try to make programming that's educational, valuable, entertaining, create social connections within our community. I think we really try to address multiple facets, if you will.
I love what you do. I wish
Thank
I
you.
had a library
Thank
district
you.
like you growing up. It's
Yeah,
so incredible.
I know, we're super lucky. I always feel so lucky that I get to work there and just get to really be a part of the community.
Absolutely. Now we're heading into the school season. What
Yes.
upcoming events do you have planned for the fall? I know you
Yeah.
mentioned the student cards and the teacher cards, but what else is happening?
So a whole bunch of our programming will kind of restart in the fall, if you will. So Reading Buddies will get restarted in the fall. Our Reading Buddies programs is where big buddies who are teenagers get paired with little buddies who are still in elementary school, and they just kind of become like a reading friend, right? And they read together. So that will be launching in the fall. Our teen programming will be kicking off in the fall as well. We're also going to have after-school programming coming back online in the fall. So just stay tuned for all of those great things. Obviously, Storytime will start back up after our short break. We just kind of get back into all of our regularly scheduled programming.
That's great. Now, as we move into the ski season, do you see a lot of busyness and uptake in things that are being rented? And
Yeah, we do. We actually, it's crazy. We have a lot of visitors who stop by our library. I think sometimes families get a little ambitious and they think they're going to ski all 6 days that they're here, and then they realize that might be a little bit much, so they're looking for a little more downtime. And we do offer visitor cards, so anyone who's visiting can come into the library with a photo ID, and as long as you have, I don't care where it is, it can be from anywhere in the world. We get a lot of people who come in with their passports from other countries. Like, that works. If we have a photo ID, we will get you a library card. And we have, like I said, we have obviously full-time cards for our residents here. We have visitor cards for anyone who's just stopping by for a brief time. And everyone is welcome to utilize our materials. It also gets you access to our e-materials, which is like phenomenal. You can listen to an e-audiobook while you're out there hiking. There's tons of great resources both in our libraries as well as our website, evld.org.
And that's great, especially if you're traveling as
Yes.
well. And this may be your home
Absolutely.
base, but we are coming up
Yep.
into a slower season. So if people like to
Absolutely.
travel, then you still have access to all of your material.
Absolutely, yeah. You can still get books, audio books. We have streaming TV. We have streaming music. We have databases. We have a bunch of great travel databases. So if you are planning on traveling, we just have tons of great resources. So
it's just such an incredible library district that you have there.
Thank you.
We love having you and all the staff here on the show to tell us more about what's going on. So thank you, Carrie Mae, for joining us. Now tell us where to go one more time.
Yes, so our physical locations are in Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum. Our website is evld.org. And again, you can access resources 24/7 on that website. And again, all you need to get a library card is a photo ID.
It's amazing. So keep your photo ID, take it to the library, grab a card, expand your mind. So many exciting things happening.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for coming on the show again. We love having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be wrapping up this Friday morning edition of Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
TV8 Vail is serving the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Stop by for Good Morning Vail at 7 a.m. and stay all day for lifestyle favorites such as Good Day Vail, Daily Flash, Suki and Scott, and more. And you're sure to find the adventure you crave with back-to-back episodes of Scoreboard Nation and Outdoor America. Find us all day, every day on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on TV8Vail.com, and on all our social media platforms. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 7 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Channel, Weather Center rather. Let's take a look at that Friday. 8 a.m., 65 degrees, a high of 79, a rain of 50% chance. So a little bit of precipitation out there. 8 a.m., 60 degrees and sunny, 73 partly cloudy, 72 at 4 p.m. and scattered thunderstorms. And then 8 p.m., 66 and scattered thunderstorms. So we're going to see a little bit of everything. How are you doing today on this Friday?
So excellent. It's such a great morning. And
Oh my gosh.
love being back on the couch with you, Gretchen. It's always a blast.
Me too. I feel like I keep on forgetting it's Friday. It doesn't feel like a Friday to me, but so many fun things things happening this weekend. We talked to so many cool people.
Great start to the weekend, I think.
I agree with you, and it's Friday. Hey.
Well, and I love the idea of a yoga wellness retreat, a women's focused yoga wellness retreat. We had Anahata Yoga and Wellness here in studio. They were great.
Oh my goodness, and learning about nutrition as well, smoothies. I'm going to start prepping.
Orgain protein. Oh my gosh, it looked delicious.
Yeah, I know. I got so many great ideas. I'm like, this weekend's going to be awesome.
I think you're going to become an excellent baker after that.
Yeah, right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
It really was. It's just a great weekend to get out and about in the community. We always love having everyone here in studio with us. We have several great guests with the Weston. They were here to talk about their fitness club.
That will be powerful Monday night. We'll be going with tissues
and
for
then,
sure.
as always, bring your weather prepared garments because there's going to be lots of thunderstorms. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes?